Today we have former super middleweight champion of the world, Anthony Dirrell. Not to be confused by his brother, Andre Dirrell. They look very much alike. They both fight similar, which is knocking people out. But this is Anthony Dirrell, super middleweight champ of the world. Let's get into it. There he is.
What's going on?
What up, man? Get Jeremy up in here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm blessed and highly favored.
There you go. There you go. What part of the?
You said do what?
Well, I said, where are you at? What part of the country are you in? What state?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh,
Ooh, what part of Michigan? Flint?
Outskirts of Flint.
We got a guy, Tard Salmasi's from Detroit. He's on with this right now too.
Okay.
isn't Chris Bird? Chris Bird's not from Flint though.
Yes,
Yeah, he's from Flint.
Oh, he is. Yeah, that was Jeremy's Olympic. You guys were on the Olympic team together, right?
yeah, that was my dude. How you like it? Is that where you born and raised?
Yep, sure was.
Yeah.
And obviously that's home, so that's a good thing.
That's home.
Yeah.
Good. So you're still active, still fighting, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
What's coming up next for you?
I know y'all done heard I'm trying to get Caleb.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat his ass.
That'll be a belt.
Your belt. That would be. I've been watching you fight all afternoon, man. You mean your body shots are wicked, bro.
Yeah. I try to dig to it.
Yeah.
And you can do a freaking backflip. What the heck?
Yeah, sometimes.
I was so jealous because I got a cousin. His name is Tree. He can do a backflip, and he can flip like crazy.
I can flip too still.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
So you're a year old. Wait, you're a year younger than your brother, right?
Right.
Right. And for those people watching, your brother is also a fighter. He's the same weight too, right?
Nope, he light heavyweight.
Oh, he's light. Oh, he's light heavyweight. You guys, I assume you guys sparred a lot growing up, or still, or no?
Oh, for sure. No, we don't spar too much now. But yeah, we sparred a lot growing up, especially as kids. We'll go 20 minutes straight if we, if we was mad at each other. But that's life, man. That's what you do with brother. You're so competitive.
Yeah.
You do uncontrollable things or
Orthodox.
crazy unorthodox things. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're moving around with your brother, man, it's like, it's a really good feeling when you guys got good moments together. One guy touching another guy up. I mean, it's always good to make fun of your brother or to be like, man, like we did really well tonight. I get
Definitely.
it.
So Anthony, how many amateur fights did you have? What was your amateur background like?
About 225 or something like that, probably.
Damn, Jeremy, that's almost as much as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know real fighters. That's what we do. We don't just do Instagram.
Yeah, we fight.
Or YouTube. Wow. How old were you when you started fighting?
9.
Damn.
Yeah.
And what was it? Your father, or like what got you into it?
My grandfather. I mean, it wasn't a boy that's older than me that didn't box. Either he boxed and just got out of it, or you know what I'm saying, he just didn't do it. But yeah, we all did it. We all know how to box. We all know how to fight. So I'm glad he put that in us.
That's great. I mean, that's just like the Birds too. Brothers, all of them fight.
And we trained at the Birds gym, growing up. So we know them very well.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, I've known the Birds, and they're good people.
Chris is coming back. You heard about that?
Chris shouldn't come back.
He is.
He's coming back at like 65.
No, he shouldn't come back. He can't move like he used to, man. I mean, I watch him. I follow him on the gram, and it's just, I think his legs is just not there. He can't move around like he's supposed to. Looking out for his best interest. If I was the commission, I wouldn't sanction him to fight. Wouldn't give him a license to fight.
And that's a kind of a crazy thing with fighting is because, you never want to stop, right? Like,
You got to stop at a point. It's going to make you stop. If you don't, it'll make you. So you got to get out before Father Time puts you out.
Yeah, because you don't want him to put you out because then you're hurt and, you come to a bad situation. And your last fight is the one that everybody saw that you got yourself.
Yep, everybody going to remember.
And that's what I remember. That's why I'm on the high notes.
So your first world. So I was going to ask you, what would you say was your most like gratifying, the best moment, the best fight you had that stands out to you the most?
My fight coming back off cancer. I'm not even gonna say the world title fight because me coming back off cancer, it's rare. I think me and Danny Jacobs only did that. It's two people in boxing whoever even fought after cancer, or let alone win world titles. So the first fight after cancer, that was the fight that I'll remember the most. I even got knocked down that fight. So
that was against whom?
James Morrow or something like that.
Right.
I think that's his name. Yeah, I fought him in on the Antonio and James Tony undercard. I think it was or was it? It was Antonio Tarver. I think it was James. No, it wasn't James Tony. It was I forgot who fought on the undercard. I forgot who it was.
So for people watching, you had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, right?
Yeah.
And you went through treatment for about a year, right?
2 years.
2 years.
Chemo and radiation.
Wow.
And how brutal was that on your body?
It was bad. Chemo is one hell of a drug. It kills people. They think it's the cancer killing them. No, it's the chemo killing them.
Mm-hmm.
I had my CPA, my old CPA. He had cancer. I went to camp. He was fine walking around and everything. While I was in camp, he couldn't walk and he couldn't move. Like people had to carry him and do stuff, and then he died while I was in camp. So I had to break camp and come and go to his funeral. But it's the chemo. If I was, and if I was somebody and they were old and they asked me fights, I would just tell them, don't get the chemo. I mean, that's my opinion of it. Because it'll kill you. You can't. Me being young as I was, I can handle it. Older people can't handle that because it's so strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a cure for it. They just don't want to put it out there because it's a money-making disease. I mean, you get chemo, you got to go through this stuff forever. And, it's bad, but we'll see down the line what happens.
I do hear you with the chemo because my mother, she died of cancer and that chemo ate her ass up, man.
It'll eat you. It'll tear you up, man, real bad. It's like I say, it's a hell of a drug. Some people need it. I just think some people don't. If I can go back and tell my CPA don't do it, he probably would still be here. I mean, people got to understand. Back then, they didn't have this, and the disease was here back then before they had the medicine. People survived that for years and years. You just got to change up how you live. You can't do the same thing that you did when you were before you got it.
Right. So that was the most special moment in the ring, was coming back after your first fight after you were done with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
How was the feeling of getting back in the ring after fighting the hardest fight of your life, and now getting in there with another man? How'd that feel for you?
I mean, it felt funny. I wasn't the same. I don't think nobody expected me to be the same. but it just I mean, it felt good to be in there, but it just I knew I wasn't the same, when I got in there. But I'm happy I got it under my belt at that time,
Hmm.
and then moved on from there.
I mean, you went the first 10 years of your career undefeated, right?
Right.
Which really impressive. And then the first loss was pretty close. You know what I mean?
I thought I won the fight.
Yeah. I mean, you
I
could
did.
definitely.
If you look back at it, I think I did. He land some shots? Yeah, he did. But I still think I did enough to win the fight. They say you have to beat the champion, but then sometimes they contradict themselves and say, "Oh, he didn't do enough." Well, he split decision, not beating me convincingly. I mean, did he win? Yeah. I mean, I give him his props, but he was a warrior, and we all know that.
Right.
But I still think I did enough to win the fight. But
Mhm.
it happens. If you can't take the losses with the wins, man, who are you?
So was that really tough for you to deal with mentally, or since you had gone through what you? I mean, how was that the loss?
No,
Even though, go ahead. Sorry.
no, the toughest part was because my son, he used to have my belt all the time. I forgot how old was he, 3 or 4 or something like that. He used to have my belt and champion all this. It was just me going back and telling him that I lost. That was the hardest part.
Yeah.
But uh, my family and everybody was there for me at the end of the day. That's what it's about. So we got through that and moved on.
Mm.
With the feeling of when you're coming in from me, I've been to Flint, Michigan. Like coming from Flint, where you come from, and then presenting yourself to the world and becoming champion. How'd that make you feel, man?
I mean, it was good. I think I was the second champion from Flint. So it was definitely good to be, crowned champion, and represent my city. I was happy, because my grandfather, as kids, he always used to tell people that they're going to be world champs, and I mean, he didn't lie. His dream came true at that moment, and
Yeah.
I was just happy that I got to that point and fought for a title, to win it after coming off cancer. Because people probably thought that I wouldn't be the same fighter coming back.
They don't
Hmm.
they don't understand how strong beating cancer made you feel, huh? They don't know that,
I
man.
mean, and I'm not gonna say being strong. Was it the hardest fight? Yeah, but it's just not. It's just having, I guess, having a different mindset on things.
Yeah, well,
Because you
it's
still got
gonna
to
it's
put
gonna
in the work, and you still got to put in the work in the gym to get strong. So that's the thing. I work my ass off in the gym to get to where I am. So
of
that
course.
that that's the real thing.
So, on the other side of the coin, would you say, the most disappointing fight of your career?
The David Benavidez fight,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
because I think I was well, on a judge's scorecards I was winning the fight,
Mm.
but the cut didn't happen. We wasn't able to finish the fight. I think it was a hell of a fight. He did a hell of a job. I'm taking nothing away from David. He did a hell of a job. But
No,
the cut, really put a damper on things. I think that
Was
was one of my best performances up to date, just by how I was moving and boxing and doing what I needed to do to, outpoint him.
was it? Did his size play a part? Because at 6'2", you're taller
No,
than pretty super middleweight you fight. Did his size play a part at all, or was that
no,
not a big?
I mean, no. Like I say, I was winning the fight on judge's scorecard. I seen a judge's scorecard, but like I say, it was just a cut. I mean, I couldn't see. I lied to the doctors and said I couldn't see. I couldn't see out my eye. It was
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't, like, it was blurry. And then it started going over to my right eye. But being a person that I am, I'm not gonna quit. Uh, in the ring, I want to give the fans, what they paid for. I want
Right.
to continue fighting. I still didn't want to quit my corner. I went to the corner. He said, "Man, I'm gonna stop it." Like, I was like, "No, give me another. Give me a chance." Like, you had a disadvantage. He told me I was at a disadvantage. And I understood it because when you're fighting world class people, you got to be in there and you got to have the same advantages he got. But I was at a different advantage with a cut. But I told him to give me an opportunity to prove myself, and I went out there. I was boxing, then the cut happened again. It started bleeding. I don't think my cut man. And I'm not pointing any fingers. I don't think my cut man, stopped the bleeding. You got medicine to stop the bleeding, and that's what we need to do. I'll pay him to stop the bleeding, and it just didn't stop. But
So
things happen.
You were getting hit on it. Like that cut man. That was my cut man. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Carlos Vargas, and he's a good guy, but I don't think he just didn't stop the cut. I don't know if he deal with a cut that big, but it just didn't stop. And that was an issue for me. If the blood had stopped, I could have kept fighting.
True. He stopped a couple big ones for me, so I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
I felt like cuts shouldn't go. It shouldn't. If a fight gets stopped on a cut, and I know that did. I feel like it shouldn't be awarded to the fighter who landed the punch, because it's not like you could cut somebody with skill. It's totally random thing to happen.
Oh, for sure. It's I mean, it's just an accident. I'm not gonna say an accident. You get hit with a punch. He cut me with a jab, and it wasn't even the hardest punch he threw at me.
Mm-hmm.
But I got cut. Like I say, I give all. I tell David this. I tell him to his face. It's he fought a hell of a fight. He did what he needed to do. When he seen blood, he came after me.
What you would have done is in reverse, right?
Yeah, what anybody would have done. But like I say, it's and he knew the type of fighter I was. If he gave me a chance, I would have came back and did something, probably worse. But like I say, it's the fight game. You take the wins with the losses. If you can't do that, who are you at the end of the day?
Yeah, we talked. We interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, Benavidez. People talk about him. Was he the hardest punch you've been in there with, or if not, who was?
No. I mean, David Benavidez got a little pop, but that wasn't the hardest I've been hit at all. Bika can hit. Bika hurt me. I think it was in a first fight, but I didn't go down. But I felt it. Marco Antonio Rubio, he can hit. He can hit. He really can hit. He a hitter. And like I say, David got a little pop, but that's not the hardest I've been hit.
Right.
I think he just throw his punches in combinations, and people get overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think he's more accurate than most guys.
Yeah, I just think he throws his punches. He throws a lot of punches at one time, and people get overwhelmed. And like I say, he got a little pop on it, but it's not. It's not the hardest I've been hit.
It's funny you bring up Bika, because Bika was also going low on you, and that probably think that made the punch feel harder than they were after you got hit low so many times.
I'm not gonna. I think he hit me low a few times, but like I say again, it's boxing. Things happen. You got to be prepared for any situation. But Bika, no, he caught me. I think it was on the chin, but I came right. I was on the rope, and I came right back and caught him and buckled him. So. Like I say, but he was one of the hardest people that hit me. People don't give me credit for taking a punch. I can take a punch.
Yeah.
And I never heard anybody say he can take a punch. To me,
that's a good point.
But I can. I never. I've been dropped one time, and that was after cancer, and that's just because I got hit my equilibrium, and coming back, people couldn't have thought I was the same. And that was to a guy that couldn't punch.
Right.
So it was just, it is what it is. But it's I got a chin, man, and I can take most people punches.
Is there any in sparring? Is there any big names you sparred with, something like that stands out? Hard punchers, anything? Any of the world?
I sparred the heavyweight. He wasn't really hitting me hard, but oh my God, Bryant, what's his name? He fought Klitschko. I can't think of his name, man.
Nielsen?
Huh?
Brian Nielsen?
No. His last name, Bryant. What is his name, bro?
Kobe?
Hold on. I'm finna tell you right now. Hold on.
Oh, Bryant?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll let you know.
Bryant. Oh, Bryant. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
If anybody watching knows, say it.
What is his name, man? Why I can't think? The heavyweight, Jennings. Yeah, Brian
Oh,
Jennings.
there it is.
Yeah, Brian Jennings. Yep.
Do you ever spar with any of like the world class middleweight? Somebody that you never fought but that you sparred a lot with that we would know? Something like that stands out?
I don't know, man. I sparred a lot of people. I sparred world champions. You know, I sparred some older world champions in the beginning of my career, but you know, if I'm fighting somebody, especially at my weight, I'm not sparring no 68s. I usually spar like 75s or
Yeah,
I sparred a few. I sparred Russians. I sparred cruiserweights.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't really spar people my size because it's I don't
yeah.
know. I need somebody bigger.
that's what I was, so for people. Does that prepare you way better to spar people way bigger once you get an actual fight and then you get hit and it doesn't feel anything like and you're kind of it's nothing to you? Is that the concept?
I mean, I always did. Yeah, you need to get ready for the physicality too. You know, when you got somebody bigger in there, they kind of pushing you around a little bit. You need to get ready for that because you push back. Uh, and with littler guys, and I sparred littler guys than me, like 47, but that's just for speed.
Right.
Right.
You got to spar people all sizes just to get a different outlook on things.
Jeremy, do you ever do that? Do you ever spar lighter guys?
Yep, all the time. Man, they're so, you know what I mean? Because they're so much faster than what I'm used to looking at. So my sparring would be like 68, 75. You know,
Yeah,
and you know, in 68 to 75, they can crack, man. Not like,
yeah. I mean, people can be pretty hard.
Yeah.
for me, I was like, and so the speed was what I was trying to get because I wanted to be faster than any guy I was fighting. So,
No, I sparred Andy Lee. I think he was 60.
Yeah.
Andy Lee a lot. I sparred Andy Lee a lot.
Yeah.
J. Leon Love, I sparred him way back then though. I mean, I sparred a few people. I sparred like I spar a lot of Russians too.
yeah,
Uh, because of Javen Hill, he deal with he trained a lot of them, so I sparred with a lot of them too.
Okay.
but next,
Huh?
what's next? Who's
I
next?
I want Caleb Plant.
I know that, but like, are they gonna give you that straight away, or you're gonna have to
No,
fight?
no, I want Caleb Plant. That's why I want my next fight to be Caleb Plant. My last fight was supposed to be Caleb. He wanted to take a tune-up.
Mm.
Oh,
Is
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I went to camp for Caleb, and I had to stay in camp an extra month because he wanted to take a tune-up.
so is there like in your career now? Do you have a plan like 3-4 more fights or is you just letting go ahead see how you feel?
Yeah, I got a plan. I don't want to say it, but I got a plan.
Keep it to yourself. That way, we all be surprised.
Is there anybody that you wanted to fight that you never did? Maybe that's not fighting anymore, like back in the day or whatever. Is there any
Kelly
fight?
Pavlik.
Pavlik.
I wanted to fight him. Yeah, I wanted to.
That wouldn't have gone.
It wasn't too many people. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, I was just coming up. But I did want to fight Kelly Pavlik. I did.
That wouldn't have gone too well for him. I don't think. I think too wait.
Yeah, the body shots would have broke him in half.
Yeah, he would have been messed up. Especially back then, I had a lot of testosterone in me. I could just keep for no fucking reason.
So
Yeah.
how old are you now?
I am 36. I'll be 37 this year. I'm one of the oldest super middleweights at the top right now.
Yeah. The thing about you.
I am the oldest in the top 10 for sure. Top
Wow.
5, I'm the oldest.
I feel like the thing.
I'm older than Canelo. I'm older than Plant. I'm older than Benavidez. I'm older than.
Would you get with Canelo?
I'll fight Canelo. They offered me a fight, but I only have 5 weeks to train. I'm not taking a fight without a full camp. My camp is 8 to 10 weeks.
Wow. Well, okay. How much? What kind of weight do you get to between fights?
15, 20 pounds probably.
So 60, 68, 75, 85, 87, 87.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad though. That's not bad. It's not a hard cut, is it?
No, it's easy. I eat whatever I want. I gotta cook, but I mean whatever I want.
That's good. That's good.
So you said when did they offer you the Canelo fight? How long ago was this?
I don't know. I couldn't even remember. I forgot what fight he was fighting. Honestly, I don't know. I forgot what fight he was fighting.
Would it be at 60 or 68?
It was 68. I never fought 60. I always fought 68. I never went up to 75. It always been 68.
What if they offered you a 60?
I'm not going down to no 60. I had to smoke crack.
Oh yeah, because when you walk around 85, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm just not going down to no 60. That's not my weight.
Yeah, that's true.
You would do 75 though?
I mean, it's a possibility. It all depends on that money, right?
Yeah. If the money was right, would you fight Roy Jones?
Fight anybody if the money right.
Ah, well.
So speaking of that, what's your take on these legends coming back? What do you think about that? These guys.
I mean, it's good for the sport. It's yeah, I think the YouTubers even good for the sport, but it's just you got to fight somebody. You can't keep fighting MMA fighters. We don't want to see that. We want to see you fight somebody. If you calling yourself a fighter, let's fight. At least fight somebody that box, and just not MMA.
I think Oscar De La Hoya is gonna fight
an MMA fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's.
I'm like, for what? They're not even like they can box. Their boxing level to us is like second grade level.
If we got in the ring with them in UFC, we'll get our ass whooped.
Yep.
I mean, like that.
Do you think Tyron Woodley has a shot though against Jake?
I do. I think he can still fight, but it just all depends though. How big he is. I mean, because Jake Paul is 190, damn near 200 pounds.
Big guy.
So it just all depends on how big Willie is.
Well, Shannon Briggs is signed to fight Rampage Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, we're going to be at that. He invited us down there. Fighting an exhibition, and then Shannon agreed to fight MMA after. So he's going to do one in the ring, one in the cage.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Because Rampage is a good friend of mine. That dude is gorilla strong and tough as a brick. I mean, he can't box to save his life, but if he grab you, it's a wrap.
Yep.
Oh, you know him? I didn't know you knew him.
I've known him for years. Years.
We're getting them on the show, both of them. So you're saying that he can't really punch? He can't throw punches?
No, he can punch, dude. He can punch, but he's not going to be like Shannon Briggs. He's going to be like a college student and an elementary school, a junior high school student.
Yeah.
It's
so Anthony, you would never get in the cage, I assume.
I would.
You would?
I wrestled before. I wrestled in high school. I know how to wrestle. I mean, if I can get tossed and things, I would. I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't. I would. But like I said, that price got to be right.
I feel like that's a whole different level of shit. You know what I mean? And it probably you would think as long as it takes fighters to learn our craft, it probably takes MMA guys just as long, right? So you probably can't just.
Dude.
Right?
Like I say, I wrestle. I know the basics and everything. I know how to, I know how to do stuff. Like that's not. I trained with some MMA fighters. I think I arm barred somebody and tapped him out in training.
Okay.
Before. And they just taught me to move like 10 minutes before. Long as I see it and I know how to do it, I'm gonna hit you in it, and I'm gonna go for it. You're gonna know I'm going for it.
Yeah. I cannot believe Shannon Briggs and Q. Huh.
Yeah, they've been going at it. So you said that you think the YouTube thing is actually good for boxing?
I think it is. I think it's bringing more attention to it. It just they got to start fighting somebody. I can't. They can't keep fighting. No names. I mean, and I'm not saying UFC no name. There are no names to boxing. Let's say
right.
That.
Well,
if you're gonna get into sport and do it, I just don't want the sport y'all to be making mockery out of the sport. I want you to really, fight somebody, really take it serious, because they got to understand that they're coming into this and they're getting paid six figures, and people that really do it ain't even getting paid that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to understand, y'all got a great opportunity to do something good, especially for the sport of boxing. But I don't want you to make a mockery out of it. I told him that to his face before.
Who?
Jake.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you know him?
I don't know him. He came to the gym when I was training before, and yeah, I told him that. Like, yeah, you know, you just can't make a mockery out of it. If you want to do it, you want to do it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? But
what
you
was his
can't.
response? Was he respect? Like, how did he react to that?
I mean, yeah, of course he's respectful. It's you know,
Was
you in my gym, and you know what I'm saying. You just came up in here, and you ain't no boxer. You know, you got disrespectful. Shit would have got ugly real
Right.
quick.
You
never
never sparred him, right?
No, I
hey,
wouldn't file.
dude,
You
It's
this,
would.
pointless.
what
It's
about
pointless.
hold on? What about the bigger Charlo brother at 68? Is that a fight for
Who?
you? The
Like I
big,
said, I'll fight anybody if the price right. People
yeah,
keep
yeah,
saying this and that. I'll fight anybody if the price right.
Right, but I mean, I guess at this point in your career, you want to get that. You want to get a belt. You know, you put in your work.
I don't even give a fuck about no belt. Just give me the money.
Oh, okay.
So you got a good fight. You got a good,
I
thing
don't
going.
even give a fuck about no legacy. Legacy don't pay me when I'm done boxing.
Yeah, I
Boxing do.
agree. I agree.
I
You,
can't go to work and so. But people always say that. People say, "Oh, my leg. Would you take money or legacy?" They talk about legacy. Well, fight for no money and fight for your legacy. Let's see how that go.
yeah,
They gonna
right.
say no. I need to get paid. All right, then, motherfucker. You doing it for money? You ain't doing it for fucking legacy.
Same way. Like fuck that. Okay.
Yeah, I need money. I don't need no fuck. My legacy. What is that gonna do for me?
Yeah, people don't. Me and Jeremy have talked to a lot of former world champions, and people don't realize how so many like legends end up with no money, no health
Yeah,
insurance.
because they with boxing, you're out for self. Boxing don't have no unions. A lot of sports have unions. Basketball, hockey, baseball, uh, everything. I mean, you could say that boxing don't have a union. Nobody's looking out for us but us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a sad thing. I think we need to get a big name in the sport like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Oscar De La Hoya. But you got to understand too, these guys are making money off the boxer, so they won't do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a promoter, it's going to hurt you in the end, and they're not going to do it. They want the money, so it's we got to get somebody that's willing to take that chance and start a union to help the boxers because there's nobody getting paid, and it should be a mandatory class that you got to pass uh, so you can know what to do with your money, like a business management or something, so you can know what to do with your money, especially in boxing. I bet they're doing it in every other damn sport.
We
Um,
talk about this all the time, and I completely agree. But it's like you have all these promoters, and no promoter would ever go for that, and unfortunately, that matters. You know,
Yeah, it matters.
yeah, because they're gonna have to pay into
They're,
our union, and
yeah,
they're not.
they're getting paid off of it.
They
mm-hmm.
make that money for us, and we make shit. The day after I retired, if I won a smaller world title. The day after my fight, I went home to nothing.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean that's how it is.
I had a house, cars, stuff like I got a little money saved, but at the end of the day, I went home to nothing. Baseball players, football players, like all of us professional athletes, the day after we retired, fuck off. Because only a few of us make money that De La Hoya, Mayweather make money that you can live the rest of your life.
And I'm fine. Like I don't have to fight again. I'll still be fine for the rest of my life. I can still live how I'm living, but it's just other people, man. That's why I won't let my kids do it because I know the business aspect of boxing.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah,
it's terrible when basketball, football, or anything can get paid more than us, and
Mm-hmm.
we're risking our life in the ring. We can die, and
You know,
as y'all seen, is so many more people died in the past couple years than ever in boxing.
you
So
know, you
it's
know,
bad.
we interviewed a few referees, Joe Cortez, Arthur Mercani Jr. These them the same thing. They all have full time jobs. They could not make a living. Joe Cortez refed over 1,000 fights or whatever it was, and they still need full time jobs to make a living because it pays nothing, which is
Hmm.
fucked up.
Yep. Yeah. And that's how it is. It's boxing, man. They crooked. Boxing is crooked. You can't love something that don't love you back.
So have you lost your love for it?
No, I mean it's still there, or I wouldn't be doing it. But I understand the business aspect of it. I understand it's a
business.
job. It's
The
you
business.
know you gotta it's business. You can you can't do nothing without getting some. I mean you can even get blackballed in this. People won't let you on TV. People won't let you fight for a championship just because of you're not with them or something like that. But it's boxing, man. It's been going on for years and years.
And
Um,
that ain't gonna change.
what's your plan when you retire? Do you have anything lined up that you want to do?
I'm in real estate right now. I'm doing marijuana up here in Michigan. I got a dispensary finna go up soon. So I'm financially good. I'm just I want to fight. I really want to just beat Caleb Plant ass. Honestly,
Why him specifically?
I just don't like him.
Have you ever met him in person? You just don't like him?
Yeah, I just don't like him. I don't like him.
Nothing. There was no incident. Nothing ever happened.
No,
You just don't like
no, I just don't like him. He think he too cocky. He fought nobody. He fought Uzgatagi. Tell me one person he fought but Uzgatagi. That's it.
nobody.
Nobody. That's it. So and he think he's the king of Zamunda or something. No motherfucker, you human being. Take a real fight. Like let's fight. Fight anybody that's good. Like he haven't fought nobody yet.
So,
and I'm not saying Caleb Truax wasn't good because he was, but it was past his he passed his time, man. That's where the time come in at. He's an older dude. You can't fight him. Let's fight some fucking body that's gonna give you fucking challenge or something.
right. So, if you could pick one fighter from whatever era that you would have loved to have fought, who would it have been?
Roy Jones.
Oh,
The best. One of the best. It's one of the best in super middleweight. One of the best for sure.
How do you see that?
I don't know. We don't know. It's been a good ass fight. I'll tell you that.
It'll be good.
He was so quick and everything. Just everything was there. Everything was clicking when he was in his prime.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, who do you like? What weakness did you see in Roy, if any?
Man, not much.
It's a very small window.
We can go down and hope he hit you after the bell.
Yeah, I mean, Roy to me, I think is the greatest fighter pound for pound ever. That's just me.
I don't know about that, but he's pretty goddamn good. I tell you that.
Who Jeremy's favorite is Marvin Hagler, right? Pound for pound. Who's yours, Anthony?
Pound for pound?
Yep.
Floyd Mayweather.
Really?
I mean, yeah, but the greatest is Muhammad Ali. Floyd Mayweather is a pound for pound, though.
Ali obviously is the greatest, but for me, the guy that I go, man, that's a fighter, Marvin Hagler.
I mean, I understand, like because it would have been trouble. It would have been some good fights back then for Floyd. If Floyd would have been back then, it'd have been some hell of a fights for him.
It would have been. It would have.
Would have been. Yeah, would have been.
Would have, should have, could have.
Yeah. Would have, could have, should have.
I don't know. I just think if you take Roy Jones and either shrink him down or blow him up to anybody's weight, and with the same skill, he washes all of them out.
Oh, for sure. I agree.
So that's kind of like where I take the best ever. That's kind of how I look.
Nah, don't.
I agree. Well, who? You can't match his speed.
Nope.
He had power.
Yep.
Like, what can you do? His defense was crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can you do? And in Roy Jones' prime, if you put him in any weight class, who couldn't he have beat?
Yep.
Good question. That's a great question, and that I have no answer for.
Right. I don't either. Like I mean, we can say all these things, but you will never know. We'll never know.
Yep.
Hey, it was great having you on tonight, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll catch you right after your next fight with whoever it is you fight.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Do it again. Peace out.
Yeah.